Huh.
All right, got frets in. I know I said a few videos back that I'm kind of in a time crunch on this thing, so I'm not going to be doing a lot of talking or a lot of may not even film some things in which you've seen me do fretwork, and there's a lot of other things. And I'll if I think of it later, or maybe I'll just remind me. I'll link some previous builds or previous videos with fret work in it. So anyway, the frets are in. I used the Evo. I used the medium on this one, trying to stay more consistent with what was probably the most likely size fret on that instrument originally. So while I was laying this out and I was thinking about what's coming up here, I remembered the last time I did fret dots. I'm past side markers, side dots. I made a little angle corner thing here with a pair of holes in it, right? Because it seems like the number 12 fret dots never seem to line up. You got a CNC machine, maybe. For whatever reason, I guess because my drill press is too big, probably the actual reason, I can't put this size. Where'd it go? I lost my dot material. Anyway, I can't put that size, which, what was it, 3/32. It won't chuck up in my drill press. And so I've been having to, hand hold and hand drill these things. At any rate, a couple things I wanted to hit on here, and I'm being a little bit airheadish. This is the first time I've laid out side dots since I've had the centering roll, right? So you have the 0 in the middle. Is that gonna focus? Maybe. And not very well. So at any rate, that was quite simple to just stick it between. I'll lower you down here. It was pretty easy just to go right on top of the ends of the frets here, and then mark 0, on the side all the way down here. And then actually when I get to the double dots on number 12, I have scribed lines across the top of this angle, and with the block inlay on there as a reference point, it was pretty easy to eyeball that. So, but I made this, I think, the last time, and that had taller frets, and so I'm placing a feeler gauge here underneath, so that when I set it on here, I'll be able to it'll be closer to the middle of the binding rather than closer to the wood, and that'll just be held in place and punched. So I went across and I just drew a dot in the hole there, and so that's all there is to it, pretty much. I haven't decided yet. I think I will just clamp this down to the edge of the bench so I don't have to worry about anything slipping around on me. And I thought about also clamping the unit, the little block, as well. Oh, that's why. And I may or may not clamp this one, we'll see. Clamping might be a little overkill here. Maybe not. I'd hate to hate to have it slip. So now I do want to flag that drill bit. There's no reason to go a lot deeper than I need to. 1/8 inch, 1/8 inch angle. So if I come down here and do about 5/16, that's plenty. Let's see what it really is. It's 5/16. So 3/16 into the, and I'm drilling the right hand hole in this case. I'm going to drill the right hand hole every time. Making these 3/4, or excuse me, 3/16. I'm filing the bottom off square when after I clip it. Otherwise, you're not going to have an awful lot down in the hole there, because the difference you make if I'm not having a square bottom pushes it up quite a bit when you cut it with the diagonals. And I'll just be wicking some super glue down there, and that will take care of the glue. No point, absolutely no point to put any in the hole previously, prior to driving it in. Very possibly just keep it from going all the way down into the hole. I still got some glue on the binding from when I tacked my fret ends as well, so I've got some work to do there, but I'm going to carve the neck first. I want to catch up a little bit on some of this ES-335 work here. The neck is coming along nicely. Got the carve. I know I didn't film any of the carve. If you want to see some carve demonstration or whatever, go to my Gecko 9-string video. I know I did. I followed the carve on that, although I think my shoulder was in the way a lot. But at any rate, so I just wanted to mention a couple of things. So I did a pegany. That's really good. Did ebony veneer on the peg head, and then I did a J for JONAH inlay there, and matches the fretboard inlay. If you recall, I just slotted the neck straight through, right, all the way through onto the peg head, and I don't know if you can see up in there or not, but it's a little piece of mahogany back into the top side of that slot, and then put the veneer over it. So I have a good amount of material here to screw the top screw in with the cover. Yeah, it goes that way. Anyway, so for the truss rod cover. So yeah, it's cool to slot through as long as you go back in and add some wood there so that you do have something to screw the cover into. Still have plenty of access. It's not the standard acorn net, though. It's still an Allen wrench type adjustment on that because it's a double acting or two-way truss rod. So, so the neck is up to speed here. I'm still going. I think I'm going to do a little more carve on that. It's a little flat. It doesn't feel flat on the back, but as far as I just know that it is. I'm gonna come a little more gradually here. Take the shoulders down a little bit on these all the way up. But everything's really nice and flat. Straight. Eyeball a straight edge as I go, and all the way around the carve so that it's true all the way on each one of these. And because it's tapered and radius, you can get one spot straight and flat, and then it can be all whacked out over on another spot. So you have to kind of segment it as you go around and carve and make sure everything's coming together true. So it's about ready to get glued into the body, and then work the shoulder part here where it goes into the body, work that all together with the cutaway and sand it all out nicely. Bring this part down to the depth on the body because it's currently a little proud of the body, the back of the guitar, so that'll all get worked in together so it's just one seamless feeling joint there. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to say at this point. I don't know if I mentioned before, I don't think I showed any fretting either, but it's Evo or EVO, the gold. It's sort of in between regular fret wire and stainless steel fret wire as far as the hardness of it goes. I used it on the last build. I liked it a lot. I don't think it would matter. I don't think it does matter if you're using chrome or gold hardware or whatever if you use this wire. But I happen to be using gold hardware on this build, so I think that the gold wire is just even a greater plus. So so it's visually appealing and coordinated with the rest of the hardware. So all right, thanks guys. We'll talk to you later.